Today is Wednesday, December 4th, 2013, and this is the Media Communications BS Hour. We are recorded live in front of a virtual and a live studio audience, and we're coming to you from Full Sail University campus in Winter Park, Florida. The weather changes from day to day, so you can't tell whether it's sunny or not. But it's always sunny here in Building 5, where Media Communications lives and breathes and plans, and basically we just bring it to just about every situation that we're in. Joining us on this thrilling journey to the heart of the media communications industry is the illustrious faculty of the MCBS program. And we're going to start introductions way down at the end of the far, far row with Emily Ray. Emily, how's it going down there?
Hey everybody, Emily Ray on the mic. I am the course director for New Media Tools. Happy to be here. It's been a while since I've been able to attend the MCBS Hour, although I have been enjoying the archives. I just want to welcome you guys and say, hope we have a great show.
I'm sure that we will. And I think next to you we have Kathy.
Yes, hi. It's great to be back with you guys after our holiday. I hope it was great for everybody. This is Kathy Graven. And I just want to give a really big shout out and woohoo and woot woot to our students who produced the last MCBS radio show. Thank you very much, and we're really super proud of you guys.
Heck yeah. And that brings us to Lisa Smith.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Smith, course director for Aesthetics and Communication Theory. I'm really excited to see the great turnout we have today. This is really growing. So welcome all, and passing it down the road to
me. Hi, everyone. It's Janelle Ferrer. I am the course director for Media Communications Project Management, and like Lisa, I'm excited to see so many people here. So yay for you guys being here. And I am passing it over to Pete with his wireless headphone.
What?
Yes, it is wireless, and I am speaking to you, and I'm just so thankful after Thanksgiving that I get to work here in this place where, I mean, it's more fun than a person should be allowed to have. So, as Robert adjusts my mic, am I loud and clear? I just want to say hi to everybody. I am the course director for Research in Media Communications, and I am going to pass it on to my good buddy, Robert.
Thank you so much, Pete. I am Robert Babu, course director for Digital Audio Applications, and I'm excited to be here this afternoon and looking forward to all the interesting topics we have to cover. So back to Jason.
Thanks. And before we go any further, I'll send it all the way down to Phyllis, who's sharing the row with me. How's it going down there, Phyllis?
Hey, it's great. It's great. I'm Phyllis Redmond. I'm course director for Digital Video and Editing Principles, and I would like to welcome everyone today and just let you know I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, we're also happy to be here. I'll have to mirror the thankfulness that Pete was feeling. I'm just filled with thankfulness. I'm excited to be back here. It's been 2 whole weeks without doing an MCBS hour for the faculty. And I'll also have to piggyback on what Kathy said and thank the astounding group of students that were able to pull off the MCBS hour on their own.
Yay! Thank you, guys.
Right now, if you're watching the archive, you're probably seeing a link right now. Look at the screen. That's it right there. That link right there. You can click on it and you can hear the actual MCBS hour that was hosted by our first campus class of MCBS students. It's very exciting. If you're not watching the archive, there's obviously no link to click, so you'll just have to be patient. All right. Well, that kicks us off, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our Media in the News. And since it's been so long since we've been together, we've had some stories that occurred, and they're now media history. But you can't not talk about them because these train wrecks are just fun to look at. The first one brought to us by our favorite train wreck, Kanye West.
Oh, yes.
Kanye seemed to get in some sort of a conversation with the Zappos CEO. And for whatever reason, Kanye didn't like what he was hearing from the Zappos CEO, so he started running his mouth about Zappos. And I don't know how to pronounce this with the dashes because I don't speak the language that includes dashes in the words, but he was quoted as saying he sells all this product to everybody, and I think the stands for some other word. And so did the Zappos CEO, because later, like within 24 hours, a product showed up on Zappos' website that wasn't there before. And frankly, when you see it, you'll see it's not for everybody. This product that's now available at Zappos is not for everybody. Apparently, for $100,000, you can own Zappos.com gear product. Almost exactly like the one that Kanye was claiming that Zappos sold. And here it is. He was right. Kanye, reporter that he is, got to the heart of the subject and found one of the most interesting products available on Zappos. You can't read all the information on here because the screenshot doesn't capture it all, but I really encourage you guys to go and locate this product. It's still for sale now. You can still purchase this if you have $100,000 and you want to get one of these products for somebody that's in your life that you love and you think deserves something like this. Zappos could have had a couple of different reactions, I think, right? They could have been indignant. They could have ignored it. What do you think of their solution here, the response to Mr. West?
I'm going to chime in because I love Tony, and Tony's the owner of Zappos. Mm-hmm. And I actually, the day that this came out and I saw it in the news, I actually used it in my go-to training session because we talk about Tony and his, his leadership style and how that works. And we, I show the video, and it was so funny. And everybody applauded, all the students applauded that he did this. They're like, that's awesome. Well, I had actually taken a screenshot of one of the comments. I mean, if you guys haven't seen this, people have left so many comments and they're all hilarious in their own right. But one was from Ben from Hobbs, New Mexico. He said, this is an amazing product for Kanye to try out. He can turn it around the other way and see if he can plug it on his head. Congrats on the free publicity. I had never heard of you till Kanye. If he doesn't like your site, it must be good. And right there, I was like, you know what? Tony turned this into a great publicity stunt that turned it in favor to him. And even people who had never heard about Zappos, now they know, so I think he was brilliant on what he did as opposed to just ignoring it. But that's not Tony's style anyway, so I thought it was pretty awesome. I'm done. That's it, guys.
We weren't sure.
I'm
We're all a little frightened to follow that wave of enthusiasm.
I'm sorry. I was really excited about this.
Pause for effect.
You know how much I love Kanye, so I mean.
I know.
I was really excited.
I just feel like if I get on the mic and simply agree, that's a total letdown. That's a total letdown.
Unexpected.
I just think it was a smart tongue-in-cheek response to, a dig by Kanye, and they could have ignored it or taken a quote-unquote more professional route in responding to it. But Zappos responded knowing that their customers, and then pretty much anybody who's media savvy would appreciate this kind of response even more.
I know I appreciated it. I thought, well done. Well, that was several weeks ago, and we can now move a little bit closer to our current time, but still something rather historical because we're going to be talking about Movember and the marvelous mustaches that come with Movember. And I believe it's Lisa Smith that's going to walk us through this and how MCBS even intersects with this group of mustachioed individuals.
Well, okay, let me recap a little bit because your audio actually cut out there for a second. What we're talking about here is an event called Movember, and the Movember is actually an annual event that is aimed at bringing awareness to men's health issues, and what it highlights, it's focused on mustaches, and that's where the Mo part of Movember originates from. And I think we have Actually, Liz Trinkle is in the audience right now, and she runs Connect for us and had this event on our campus version of Movember. And this was brought to my attention because it was pointed out that we have a couple of MCBS students participating this year, including, let's see, Liz, do you know? Do you remember who they were? Is it on the next slide? Nope.
I believe it's third down from the far right with the Miami movie poster.
Yes, we have James Dean here on the third down, into the third row, and to the left, and can somebody name who that is? On the third row, the second in.
No.
Here I am unprepared.
But he's one of ours, right?
He is one of ours, and I had it in an email, and now I can't find it. So that's exciting to see MCBS students participating in some of the community events here on campus and in the online version of campus, which is Connect.
Yeah, I'll also give a shout out to James Dean, the guy back on the previous slide. He lives in Austin, Texas, and he is part of the Austin Facial Hair Club for men. So this is a year-round sort of event for him. I'm glad that he was able to represent us so well, though, in Movember this month.
So is my audio working again?
So you are working again. Okay, here we go. It is Ivan or Ivan Flores is the other student. Yes, in the red shirt. So excellent job, guys. Very proud of your mustaches there, and really impressive with James Dean's facial hair there. I can see why he's part of that organization.
So are we
You're good,
moving
Jason?
on from? I don't know. Is my audio coming through? I've got a weird mute symbol on my screen, and I'm not really sure. I can't make it go away.
I see that as well. Is that actually part of the screenshot?
Talking about the one on the slide, Jason, I think you did it during the screenshot. You had your...
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
It's on the slide.
Okay. Well, I guess it's not muted then. Would that screenshot mute me also? Maybe it's possible the screenshot muted me.
When you see that, is it like an automatic reaction? You just quiet yourself?
That's funny.
That's funny. It was like you were trained to do that, which is probably a nice lead-in for our next segment, I would imagine.
Almost. We're practically to the good part. Instead, before we get to that, we're going to briefly touch on Amazon Prime Air, which is so cool sounding. Take a look at this awesome, not quadcopter, but octocopter, which I believe means it has octopuses inside of it. Its 8 rotors lift it up and help it deliver packages right to your door front. How exciting is that? It's pretty astounding. And when
Very exciting.
I know. And when the announcement came out on 60 Minutes, and we had Amazon sharing this amazing innovation with everybody, people were blown away. And that's exactly why it started getting airtime on Fox and NBC and PBS and everywhere
Nice one,
else.
Jason.
And
Airtime.
totally meant to do that.
I know you do.
So with that airtime, Amazon was getting a lot of free publicity, a lot of free advertising. And guess what day this announcement happened to fall on? Are you guessing? I'll tell you. It just happened to fall on the day before Cyber Monday, which I guess you'd call pre-Cyber Sunday. So here's the company that makes almost all of its money selling stuff online, getting ready for the busiest online shopping day of the entire year. And this happens to be the day that they show up on 60 Minutes and come up with this amazing, fanciful flight of fancy that they want to share with everybody. Was it actual news or a marketing coincidence? I don't know. I thought I would just ask those rhetorical questions and then stop talking.
I like it when you do that, Jason. You leave us to come to our own conclusions about the things that you have laid out before us. So nicely.
I will jump in here as a tool time device guy and just say that it's also interesting that if you watch the interview, he said, yeah, we just have a few things to work out with the FAA.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, talk about understating the issue. But I think I agree with you, Jason. I think it was more just to get Amazon out there before Cyber Monday. And then that was it. Because if you really think this thing through, as a lot of us mischievous people did after the broadcast, we were thinking of all the ways people could abuse this. So it really, it's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think.
Well, it certainly struck a chord for me, because anybody that knows me or, I'm so sorry, family, lives with me, for the last 6 weeks have heard me talk about nothing except quadcopters. For whatever reason, this has become my most recent obsession. And I've read blogs, watched every YouTube video. I've imagined a business model where I can make millions of dollars filming using quadcopter videography to fund my quadcopter habit. And so I've already been completely and totally studying this subject. I know for a fact, in fact, that it won't be until 2015 that anybody can make money on unmanned drones. Because to fly a drone to make money, there's a profit involved that makes it commercial, and you cannot have a commercial flight without a commercial pilot's license. And those guys make too much money to deliver your package to your doorstep, for one thing. And for many, many other things, these things they're working out with the FFA are going to keep them from doing this. And frankly, I'm not even sure if this is what they want to do. I'm pretty sure this is just their most amazing thing that everybody would talk about the day before Cyber Monday. But for me, it made me think that I'll be able to work for Amazon one day, flying their quadcopters around to different people's homes and dropping off packages. That's pretty exciting.
And that'll make the future episode of I Can't Believe This Is Somebody's Job.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's got to have a dream.
Even weird dreams. And speaking of dreams, look at this little dreamboat. Huh? Oh, my
well,
God.
that is the cue I've been waiting for. So some of you longtime fans of the MCBS show might remember me talking about my little dog, Misha. Back in October, we were really thinking hard about potential costumes for Halloween. And I did want to follow up by saying that I did purchase a few. We tried some on, and none of them really worked. So I decided to go with a handmade creation, which is what you see on the screen. She was a Misha Frappuccino, which is like a mocha Frappuccino, but a lot sweeter. Okay. And I bring this up because Misha, my dog, and I have recently embarked on taking some obedience classes. I would say she's about 80% perfect right now, but one day I'd like to be able to walk her off leash without fear that she will follow a squirrel into traffic. And I decided to go locally to the University of Doglando, which is a dog enrichment facility here in our area, and it just so happens that the woman who runs the show over there, her name is Tina Patel. She's with us in the audience tonight, and she's a friend of mine. And when I went in for orientation, you know, we were catching up and doing the what's new with you thing, and she found out that I was still working at Full Sail. and expressed a need to hire someone in her small business that did a variety of things. Now, I'm not going to go on any more about this because I'd like to get Tina on the mic just to do a better and more thorough job of introducing her and Doglando, and then just to tell us a little bit about the position that you're looking to fill at Doglando.
Hi, Emily. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, and thank you for the wonderful introduction. The University of Doglando is a very different facility. We're not a dog daycare. We are an enrichment center, which basically means our vested interest is in the dog's mental health, physical health, and spiritual health. I often tell people, think of it more like a gym membership. In order to achieve either one of those three elements, it has to be a chosen lifestyle. It's not something you do for convenience, nor is it something that you just do for a short amount of time. It is a commitment, but you overall, when you are committed to the cause, especially for yourself, you feel very good about it. And that's what we hope to achieve for these dogs. But when I was talking to Emily, I don't really know how we got started in this, but I was telling her that as a small business, one of the things that I find very challenging is we're small, but we're actually not so small. And, we are growing very steadily and in some cases a little too fast for what we can adapt to and cope to. And in particular, when I say growing too fast compared to what we can adapt to and the skills that we have, I'm talking about in particular to technology. This industry, as far as dog training, dog daycares, dog enrichment, it's such a huge industry, but unfortunately not much technology is being implemented. And we wanna step foot in that direction. We find it very difficult because, like I said, none of us know anything about it, nor do we have any interest in learning. Sorry, you guys. I know
it's okay. Teach their own.
So it's been really hard because, for one, I was just saying, wow, this is really intimidating. Just sitting here watching all these things go on and off, and people talking, and not being able to see them. It's quite intimidating for me. But anyway, so we are lacking significantly in being able to cope with the social media, the website demands, or keeping up with the website. If somebody says you got to now start doing blogs, God, we are taking care of the dogs, picking up dog poop, and now we have to find time to write a blog. I don't know what's more important for us, So basically, as a small business and the stage of growth we're at, we're looking to get our feet and hands in everything. So like I said, we don't have the skill set, but to hire that particular person, like I've been trying to do for the last 6 months, has been quite challenging because what I am finding is most people are very well trained in one arena, such as SEO optimization, and that's what they know, that's what they do. They might dabble a bit into social media, and pardon my ignorance in all this, maybe they have something to do with one another and maybe they don't. But they may dabble into that, but they don't do photography, for example, or they don't know how to build a website, and so different things like that. We cannot hire 5 different people to fulfill all these types of jobs. And so what I was telling Emily is we had the privilege of working with one guy who was with our company for 2 years, and it was really awesome because he did a little bit of everything. He knew how to build a very simple website. He knew how to edit website content. He was very good at photos, taking photography, even creating small videos. He loved dogs and showed a tremendous interest in that. So that was obviously a huge bonus for us, trying to go and find new products on the internet or anything that our clients or anyone who has a dog or loves dogs might want to learn about or read about. So he really grew our Facebook page. He introduced us to Twitter and LinkedIn. And so, the challenge right now is trying to find somebody who really knows how to do a little bit of all these different things, but is not necessarily a master at just one specific, field. Does that make sense?
It absolutely makes sense. And if you could see everybody here, we're all nodding our heads and thinking the same thing, which is the person that you're describing are the graduates that we are going to be producing here in MCBS. In a lot of cases, some of the students we already have do have a diverse skill set that could lend itself to working in all of those different areas. But one of the reasons why I was so excited to bring you in, Tina, to talk about this is that we're trying to highlight for our students and upcoming grads, the possibilities for them in the industry. It might not be exactly what they had thought, but I am sure that you are not the only small business who is experiencing this type of need and looking to fill your very dynamic team with someone who can wear all these hats.
Well, I can tell you, one of the biggest things is flexibility, right? Mm-hmm. So these students and graduates, and at least from my perspective, really do need to be flexible. I am very well connected with a lot of small businesses in different fields, and this is something we often discuss, just finding a tremendous challenge in finding this type of help. And maybe we found the right person who knows a little bit of this, but they might not have the right attitude about it, or they're not as willing or flexible. And I think that is really huge, because with the tools that are available on the internet these days, quite frankly, where there's a will, there's a way. If I really wanted to sit down and figure out how to make a website, I could probably do it on my own. It's not, it probably won't be something that you guys could create, but I don't need that, Yeah. And so there's so many different ways, and with just the things that are available online, there's so many different programs and so on and so forth that we can, do it on our own. So I'm not saying that a deep skill set in any one arena is not needed, but I think that when you are looking at a job market that is creating huge opportunities right now, small businesses can create very big opportunities. Small businesses are no longer, especially those that are successful, they're no longer just a mom and pop store. They do have multiple locations. We do. It would be great to have, like I said, if we did have somebody on our team who managed all our social media for both our companies, and soon we'll be opening a third one. So, when you're thinking of small business, you're not thinking of just a small mom and pop store. And you're not going to be limited to the creativity. As a matter of fact, that's what we really need and want and are desperate for.
Yeah, I remember one of the points that we talked about, earlier is being, somebody who, might have learned a particular skill a certain way, and then in school, but then needing to sort of replicate that exact set of circumstances or environment in order to reproduce that product or that skill in the real world. And what you're saying is that you're not going to get the same set of circumstances or equipment or anything as you did when you were set up to learn this stuff in school. So what is important in your flexibility is being able to be given a deliverable and figure out how you're going to get that done.
Yeah, absolutely. And, understanding that really, I don't feel there's limitation in this industry. If you are creative and, you are flexible, I'll give you an example, and this might be one of the examples we talked about. We've wanted to create a particular video, and when we spoke to a particular person, he had said that, well, in order for what you're looking to do, you need this studio, you need this type of lighting. Overall, the cost ended up being $28,000, which is, no possible way, no way. Because we're not in the business of creating videos, so it's not like I will ever make that money back, But he had a Canon 5D, in my opinion. I thought, well, that should suffice, and I think that with some flexibility, we could really work around it and make things happen. So, yeah, absolutely. What you might have access to in school is great, and it's excellent that you're getting that experience, so you know that you are able to use it. But I think that when you take that and I think a big component of it is taking what you learn and figuring out how to use it in the real world,
Absolutely.
And I think yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Tina, if you want to provide any contact information to me, I can pass that along to the students. You guys, if you feel like you could potentially help Dogland out, that you might be interested in this position that she's talking about filling. If you'd like to send her, a link to your online portfolio, get in contact with me. I'll share that information. And Tina, do you have anything else you want to add? Any closing thoughts?
No, I really appreciate the opportunity, and it was great speaking to everyone. It's too bad I can't see everyone. We are hiring. By the way, we have a fancy title for this position. It's called a documentarian. So we are hiring.
I kind of want that on my resume. That is amazing. Actually, I do have one question for you.
Sure.
Why did Misha not graduate last night?
Hey, that's a subject for another time.
All my students, I have to tell you this, Tina, my students who are joining us in the room right now have been so gracious because, I started this training with you about 6 weeks ago, but I only got told a week ago that I was supposed to be teaching on Tuesday nights from 5 to 9. So for the last 2 weeks, I come in, I say hi, I turn the class over to my activity director, and then I run out for several hours to come to obedience class, then show up back in my classroom at 9 p.m. and they're so gracious to stay with me another few hours while I work through the content. So.
Oh, that's great, you guys. Just one more week. They will graduate next week.
That's right. Okay. Thank you so much, Tina.
All right. Bye.
That was spectacular, Emily. Thank you for bringing her.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, that takes us from Doglando to Kathy's Corner.
Ack!
Ack, it's me. Hey, guys. Great to see a lot of you guys in here today. This is a great turnout, and I'm looking through to see if anybody that I had the great honor of subbing for Jason Gillette in his Intro to Communications and Technologies class last Monday when he was off cruising the Caribbean. So, oh yeah, I see a couple of you in here. So hey guys, great to see you in there again. But today I want to talk about just a couple things. As you know, my focus on the radio show normally has to do with, hey, what's going on with MCBS and the opportunities for our students. So we're going to talk about on December 10th, which is next week, of course, in the EB training. For those of you that are campus, you know where that is. There's going to be a guest speaker, Robin Cowie, I'm assuming that's how we say his name. And the title, as you can see, is Creative Ways to Market Your Content from one of the creators of the Blair Witch Project. And the thing that's really important about this is, if you know anything about the Blair Witch Project, it was one of the very early transmedia campaigns promoting a film. And he was part of putting together that transmedia campaign. So that is really right up our alley. On here it says he's a producer. He's also excuse me, a very skilled and talented internet marketer and brander. He's all about media strategy. So he runs the gamut between just financing, producing, marketing films, distributing films, to putting together wholesale retailers and retailers in internet offering and developing their brands. And he's also done a lot of producing and marketing of shows for Disney. He launched the Golf Channel. It goes on and on. So here's a guy who is one of us. He is part of the MCBS tribe in that he really has played that role of a media strategist and couldn't have done that without understanding a wide variety of media. Does that sound familiar to you guys? It does to me. So I think this would be a great opportunity for you all. As I said, it is, I'm sure he'll give some presentation, but also he'll have a Q&A at 11 o'clock in the morning on December 10th. If you are an online student and you want to somehow be involved with this or participate or get some info from Robin, please email me at kcraven. I'll put it in here, kcraven@fullsail.com, and I'll see how I can get you guys hooked up. So anyway, mark your calendars. Hope to see you all there. And that's it for that. And up next, we have Digital Audio Applications course. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's all give a big shout out for our newest media communications course, Digital Audio Applications, brought to you by Robert Waiwu. And again, I know I say this every month, but you are so incredibly fortunate to have another absolutely stellar faculty member bringing you some incredible information and curriculum your way. So, without further ado, I want to say hello, Robert, and tell us how your course is going so far.
Thank you, Kathy, for that wonderful introduction. Course started off very good, although crazy week for a course launch, Thanksgiving week, so things were a little bit confusing, but everybody seems to be back in gear and looking forward to the course content that I'll be presenting, some challenges that I think the students will welcome, as well as looking forward to pulling from all the previous courses prior to getting to digital audio applications, as far as the aesthetics course, management course, new media tools. So all those all the background that you guys have received within those courses, I will be using, or you will be using, for this course as well. So I'm looking forward to the next month here and afterwards as well. So thank you.
Thanks, Robert. And I'll let you guys in on a little insider information. We had a meeting today with all the faculty, and Robert was commenting on all of the different aspects of different courses that he's pulling into his course, which is, you know, another reason, one of the many hundreds of reasons that we hired him. But because that is so very fundamental to this program, is that we make this something that feels like it's moving throughout. It's not, you're not just taking separate seminar classes, and that they are all threaded and dependent upon each other. So Robert's done a really fantastic job of doing that, as everyone else has, and I know this is going to be a really fantastic class. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
And that concludes
Kathy's Corner. And that brings us to a portion of the evening, of the day, where I'm going to be editing this out because Janelle emailed her pictures to me and I forgot to add them. So I'm going to turn my screen off. No, it's okay. I'm going to turn my screen off. And while we're waiting, because this will take me all of a minute and a half, I believe that Pete had a hilarious joke he told a couple days ago. I was hoping he would retell that joke today.
You're on, Pete.
Which joke was that?
Hopefully you'll remember. Because you didn't really.
Car battery goes into a bar, and the bartender looks at him and says, "Hey, you can sit down. Just don't start nothing." It wasn't that one? Okay. Am I up, by the way, or what's?
No.
I missed something.
Yeah, you're asleep. It's my turn, but he doesn't have it ready, so you have to tell jokes.
Oh, okay.
Make us laugh.
So anyway, yeah. Janelle, what do you want for Christmas this year? I'll see if, you just say a couple things, and I'll see if that's what I got you.
My 2 front teeth. I have no idea. To be honest, I wanted 2 rocking chairs for my porch.
Oh.
And that's it.
I will make a note of that for Lucas.
He knows. I start CrossFit in January, so I told him that could be my gift just because it costs so stinking much.
If my wife is listening in on this radio program, which is probably highly unlikely because she's teaching elementary school kids right now, I would like an iPad mini. Okay. Or is that the iPad? Retina display, yes, with the Retina display.
Pete, this is going to be edited out. I will let her know. Now, can you explain why you need yet another iPad? You have a normal one, you have a 5, you have a MacBook, you've got...
It is strictly for research purposes for the Tool Time Institute.
How's it going, Jason?
Oh, I'm ready. I just didn't want to interrupt. This is great stuff. I might not edit it out.
Oh, jeez. Pete and I can go on for... I mean, did you see the video Robert sent you guys? I showed my husband that. He was dying laughing. I was like, that's a normal conversation between Pete and I on any given day. Oh my. Okay.
And thank you for that, Kathy. That brings us to Be Social Media Savvy with Janelle.
Yay! That's me. Okay, so I wanted to do a little social media stalking about Christmas shopping. So what do I mean by stalking? Because obviously you should never stalk anybody on social media. So I mean stalk your family or your loved ones. If you don't know what they want, there are some pretty cool ways to go about this using social media. Stalking, yes, it could be like that, stalking, Lisa. So no pun intended. But anyways, if we can go to the next slide. This is, I took a snapshot of, my Pinterest boards, well, some of them, but I actually have one called Great Ideas, Things I Like, and Great Gifts. But if you go into that special someone's board, if they have a Pinterest board, and if not, then you can do this in other ways, and I'll show you in a minute. But go to different boards that they have of things that you think that they may like, and many of them are actually connected to Etsy. So that's a little freebie because it can connect you to somewhere that will hand make it for you or do something personalized. So I had to cyber stalk my sister. You'd think I know exactly what to get her, but we're so similar that it was actually very complicated. So I actually had to do that, and I cyber stalked her all through Pinterest to try to find something that she would like, and then I went into Etsy and actually customized something for her. So that's a cool way to do it. Another thing you can do is on Facebook, many of the pictures and stuff that they did, things that they've posted that they like or things that they want. People are very open on social media, if you haven't noticed. They'll tell you exactly what they want. But I love Etsy because I like customized things, and people like things that are custom to them that nobody else has. So that's a really cool way to go about Christmas shopping this year, if you guys want to be creative and try to get something that people really want that's unique and not just something typical that you found on Black Friday because it was on sale. So anywho, I didn't know if you guys have any suggestions or other things that you guys do. I'd love to hear you guys chime in on this.
Hashtag stalking.
Emily, Amazon gift cards are way too generic. That is a no.
I'm just laughing at that, Janelle, because I like all of your ideas here. I'm one of those people who just, if I want something, I buy it myself, so I have such a hard time like expressing any sort of desire for any type of gift. And most of the time, anything I really want, it sometimes seems very practical and not very fun for people to give. Like, I tell people I'd really love a gas card, or or I would really love some of those Keurig like K-cups, and they're like, you are not fun to shop for at all. I'm like, sorry, but that would make me really, really happy.
Do you know what I did though last year for Christmas? My cousin, she had the most hideous pan. It had like some, I don't know, in the middle of it was actually like going up, so something happened to it, and she used it all the time, but all the food would kind of scatter to the edges because it was improperly shaped at this point for some reason. That's what I bought her. I bought her a replacement. So yes, it was functional. Till this day, she keeps saying she uses it every single day.
Those are the best gifts.
They really are. I'm not saying it doesn't have to, but guess what? I knew exactly what she needed and wanted, and she uses it. So that's all I'm saying.
Stalked her.
Yeah, that wasn't cyber stalk, but yeah, that's a.
Hey Janelle, I wanted to say this has really sparked some excitement in me, because in our family we do gift exchange, and you have to. We've used Google Docs, we've used different tools to do this, but you have to post what you want for Christmas on that document so that whomever's got your name can go in and see, oh, this is what they want. And it's a requirement that it has to be, if it's not something like that's obvious, like iTunes card, obviously I know I can go to the grocery store and get that, but you have to include a link. So it has to be something that you can purchase online. So this is a much more fun way to do that very same thing. So what a great idea for gift exchange.
Very cool. That's a great idea. And someone was saying laundry soap to wash those clothes. Okay, so I am going to start making my own soap. So that doesn't sound too far-fetched. Instead of doing that, do something customized. Make something creative. Everybody uses those things. Like, I don't know if you could see right next to great ideas, I actually have one called natural stuff, and then the one after DIY soaps and natural stuff. Well, those are things that I can make for people, and I'm actually giving soap to my mother and my mother-in-law. That's amongst their gift, but I'm putting it in like in a little gift basket. So yeah, if you want to give things that people actually need, just customize it and look at things on Pinterest or Etsy or whatever that can help you just add an extra touch of customization. That's all.
Something tells me MCBS is going to be the smellingest good faculty on campus.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's Be Social Media with Janelle.
Well, just so you know, Janelle, I think we're all
Sorry.
sitting here cyber stalking you and checking out your different boards.
Awesome. Please look on my Pinterest boards. That's exactly what I love.
I like how you
Yeah, that is a
separate
little
the
creepy.
awe from the just funny, because you don't want to get your heartstrings.
It's very
Right.
different. Exactly. They are different. And then there's one that's called So True. That's also very different from Just Funny or Awe. So anyways, you can't see it there because I have 100 boards. But
That's okay.
all.
Next week we'll get some screenshots of your Facebook timeline. That was
No.
hashtag Be Social Media Savvy with Janelle. And I think everybody who's a longtime viewer of the show knows what's coming next. I know that there's a wireless headphone-wearing man nearby that's excited because it is Tool Time with Pete.
Yes, it is, and we are excited. We're actually putting together at the Tool Time Institute our Christmas feature, and so you're not going to see that this week, even though Cyber Monday has happened already. That's going to be next week. But for this week, we just want to have one more shot at kind of getting you to beef up your toolkit in MCBS. And one of those great free places to store everything is Evernote. And actually, if any of you guys are using Evernote, please just let us know in the chat as we're going through this, because I would just love to see if anyone's making the most of this freebie. This is just yes, Isabel, awesome. Liz does, awesome. And it is just one of those tools that is so, just on steroids. It has so much to offer as a repository of things that you are collecting, also a place for note-taking, obviously. It seamlessly connects to pretty much every device you're walking around with. Jason, I would even assume it even can connect to one of those Amazon droids. That's how, or what drones, not droids, drones. But it really is that complete kind of tool that you want to use. So go ahead and let's flip to the next thing, and I'm going to show you two things that you can do this week to kind of beef up Evernote even better than it is. The first is the Evernote Web Clipper. And this is just something that you can download for free. I have the Safari download featured on the image right now. But what you can do is in Chrome, or I believe also in Firefox, you can go in and download this web clipper that just sits right up in your browser. And if you see something that you want to clip and save to Evernote, it will do it immediately and will also sync it across all your devices. So if you're out somewhere and you clip something really cool, you want to share that with someone, you can do it right from your phone as well. And they could take a look at it and say, hey, can you send that to me? And boom, off you go. You can just keep sharing stuff. It is great when you're trying to collect things from the web from all sorts of different places, and you just want them all to show up wherever you're looking at them, whether on a tablet, your laptop, or whatever. So the Evernote Web Clipper is free, and you can download that. The other one we're going to show you today is Penultimate, and this is a very, very cool free note-taking, handwriting, note-taking and drawing app that actually Evernote bought to get connected into Evernote. Or I don't know if they bought it, I'm not sure, but they have totally synced up with them at least. So Penultimate basically is free, and you can click to the next image, and I'm going to show you some of what you can do at Penultimate. There you go. Yes, you can draw very, very cool things with it. Robert, there you go, some notation. If you get that little music idea really quick and you want to put that phrase down, you can just go ahead and do it. Obviously, there's all sorts of graph paper, music writing paper, plain white paper, note paper that comes with it, and you can, so the uses are varied. You can also change your pen styles and colors and all that kind of thing. And, of course, it is syncing. So another one of those kind of free things that you can use to get your handwriting down, sync it across devices. I think you can hit the next one. I think we might have one more image on penultimate here. Yeah. So more of the kind of size notes that I write. Big. Yeah, I don't zoom in very much, but you can do some pretty cool things with this. And then, of course, you can search your handwriting. How cool is that feature? And then sync it to Evernote. We don't often think about searching our handwriting, but this thing pretty much does it all. Again, it's free. It's called Penultimate. And I also left a little screenshot there where you can see that you can mail, save things to your camera roll, print, do a whole bunch of things. So sharing is very simple. Integration with Evernote is very simple, and we love simple here at the Tool Time Institute. So that's about it. I think we might have our final slide where I give you my final quote. The wrap-up, one more after this. Wrap-up is turn it up 2 notches with Web Clipper and Penultimate. And go ahead and, Jason, let's flip to our last thing. Nothing wrong with making a good thing better. There you go. So that's it for Tool Time this week. Hope you guys enjoy that one, and off you go.
All right. Thank you very, very much for that, Pete. Our Evernote is now so incredibly tricked out. I don't think there's anything we can't keep track of in there.
There you go.
All right. Well, everybody, that is it for today. We meet again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Hopefully we can break our record of live attendees, because we certainly did that today. I'd love to see that number continue to grow. Between now and then, I hope that you keep your days happy and sunny. And if they're not, don't forget, we'll be here for you next Wednesday at 2. So that's it for the MCBS Hour. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.
Laters.
Bye. Where's
Thanks,
the boom?
everybody. Later. Woohoo! Boom!
Boom!
Boom. We're out.
Boom!